Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I would like to discuss with you how you can use generative AI chatbots for learning. So here my focus is not to introduce ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity or Microsoft Copilot, Gemini, generative AI chatbots available in the internet, but I would like to discuss with you a mental framework, what you need to change to use generative AI tools to improve your learnings. So let's start. What I would like to discuss with you. So I would like to take a short time to discuss with you what is actually a learning, and then how we can use generative AI chatbots, what exactly they are, and how we can use it for our learning. Then we will take a real life learning example in day-to-day life of students. So this video I took from a student perspective. So if you are a student, lifelong learner, then you will get a useful insight and mental framework to use generative AI chatbots for your learning. At the end of the video, I will give the pro tip which we can use or you can use for your learning improvement using chatbots. So let's start with what is learning. So suppose you are reading a newspaper, suppose you are reading a book, and you are reading some study material. What exactly a difference between these two scenarios? Yeah. So in learning, you are actively engaging with a particular process. For example, you are reading, either you are listening or you are watching the video, but you are engaging actively. Why it is very important to engage actively? Because you want to learn some skill. So you don't have that skill, but you want to learn that skill. You want to gain that knowledge and understand through your experience, your own experience. And if you experience that, then in future, based on your experience, you can use that knowledge. You can use that skill further for problem solving to reach your goal, right? Compared to newspaper reading, here you only want to take a information. Yeah, you just need to have, okay, what happened yesterday, what happened yesterday in my city. That's it. It's not important for you to remember everything. It just take the knowledge. If there is important point, then you have in your mind, otherwise you forget it. But in learning, you want to keep in mind, and therefore learning it is very important to have engagement and to get this information knowledge in your mind so you can use in future. So that's the difference between learning and passive reading or passive consuming any content. Yeah. So essence of learning, first of all, you need to engage if you want to learn. Second thing, you have to be curious or interested on particular topic to get some knowledge improvement in your life, right? Now, how many, like, you already know about the ChatGPT chatbot, Claude chatbot, Perplexity, Copilot, and Google Gemini? You can see on my screen, these are all the chatbots. And if we go there, then you can see here, type your message, how can I help you, search on the internet, message Copilot, and Gemini, ask Gemini. Yeah. So in each chatbot, you can see to ask question. First of all, how you can take this chatbot. So this is the library. Let's, for your visual, let's consider this is you. This lady is you. So let's understand what exactly these chatbots are. Yeah. So it is like a library. In library, you have lots of book on many different topics, many different subject. Same. This chatbot are trained on hugely big data For example, let's consider each book in the library get trained on this large language model. Now, library has everything, all knowledge on the world, but library cannot see today's problems. Library cannot feel today's problem, and therefore it cannot use the knowledge by itself. Now, this lady, you have some goal in your mind, you face some problem, or you would like to understand something, so you have a question in your mind. Yeah, so you go to the library, you have question in your mind, you ask librarian, okay, I would like to understand integration in maths, and then library will give you hand to the book. Okay, this is the important book, you can study from here and then have a knowledge about the integration. So can you see that if you go without any goal in your mind, any problem to solve in your mind, or any question in your mind, you are directionless, you cannot use library in efficient way. So it is very essential, it is very essential to get project based approach. You have first your problem, goal, or question on your mind, which you have already clearly written on the piece of paper. Yeah, and then you can ask that question on ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, or Copilot, any tool you like. But first of all, you need to have a question, because here you write a question, right? And then you can use any chatbot to get the solution. So if you would like to take away single most important point from this video, then please take that. You have to change your mindset. Instead of learning everything, you need to adapt a project based learning, and you have to solve the problems. You need to consider, you need to ask what problem I would like to solve, and then ask ChatGPT to help you. Okay, so this is I would like to discuss with you. This is the very important point, important approach, and pro tip based on my understanding, based on my experience, project based mindset, problem solving skill, and critical thinking. You get a response from chatbots, and then you need to have critical thinking to verify the solution from ChatGPT, because sometimes it's hallucinate, it's not give a real answer. So you need to check and verify, is it real, is it wrong. That's how you can use chatbot for your continuous learning. Now let's take a real life example. Suppose you are a student, you are visiting your school every day, and in your lunch you are eating sandwich, right? So you will get a 10 euro, dollar, or rupees from your parents, and from this 10 euro you will spend 5 euro to purchase a sandwich. One day, suddenly, the cost of sandwich, the price of sandwich increase by 1 euro, 10 rupees, or 1.5 dollar. And then suddenly you have a question, why? Why the price of sandwich increase? Second thing, okay, price of sandwich increase, then is it normal in real life to increase price of all goods and services? And what it call? Let's ask this question. Yeah, so let's copy this question in the chat GPT. First of all, a student of, here define exact grade. I will take a 10th grade student example. Yeah, and explain me in simple terms. So I can understand concept and hit the enter. Now, if you have a question in mind why goods, product, service price increase, then you will get a basic idea why it's increasing, and you have a engaging chat with ChatGPT. So price of lunch increased due to inflation. Yeah, suppose you are not knowing about the inflation, then based on your curiosity you will learn inflation when the general price of goods and service go up to the time, meaning this tool cost more than they used to. This can be happen higher cost for ingredients. So for example, price of bread increased, a salad price increase, the ingredient in sandwich price increase, and therefore at the end canteen need to increase price of sandwich as well. Supply chain issue. So every student would like to eat sandwich in your school, but there is a low supply for a raw material, and at the end canteen cannot make a sandwich for all students, and therefore they need to increase the price. So student who has enough money can purchase that sandwich. An economical change. Yeah, so increase in wage pay of a canteen worker, so on and so forth. Okay, now this all models have multimodal capacity. So you can ask question in audio, you can ask to generate graph, okay, or you can interactively ask further questions. So you will get a more idea about how to understand such a phenomena. So let's ask them. Okay, understood. Can you please explain me what is inflation actually with graphs which I can understand? And can you please also explain me which maths and science topic from my study I can use for to understand inflation? Press enter and it will try to explain first to generate a graph and try to explain you what is exactly the inflation and which topic from your study you can use to understand inflation. Yeah, so here you have a graph how price index and timeline, how the price of goods increase with the time, and then you have like a mathematical topic, so which topic you can use to understand inflation. So percentage, statistics, mean, median, indexes are you can take to understand inflation. Science topic, so for like this is the part of economics, and therefore understanding supply and demand can help why price change. For instance, if demand for goods is high, then supply is low and price tend to increase. And global factors, how the price of price increase due to the given global factor, for example natural disaster, pandemic, wars, and so on and so forth. So with the help of this interactive engagement and to ask a real world problem, you can understand a topic correctly. And I think as a student, as a learner, that's how chatbot you can use for learning. Yeah, because chatbot have knowledge of world, but they don't have a questions. Chatbot have understanding of the world, but they cannot solve the problems. They cannot understand a world problem. You can understand, and you can use that chatbot to solve that problem. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to write in comments which kind of topic you would like to see in this channel, which help you to use AI tools in your learning.